Now let's take a look at what happens if the unknown is the coefficient in front of x to the power of 1. Now I have a question mark in this question here, but I'm going to replace that by variables because I like to work with variables. So what I have is 16 x squared plus bx plus 1. And before I could continue doing anything, I have to first factor out the leading coefficient. So I'm going to factor out the 16. That leaves me inside my brackets with x squared plus b over 16, x plus 1 over 16. The next step here is to divide the middle term by 2. So I recopy the 16 in front of my brackets, and I have an x plus, positive because the middle term is positive, so x plus, and half of b over 16 is b over 32. Let's see why. b over 16 divided by 2 over 1 is like saying b over 16 times 1 over 2. Now when I multiply fractions, I do top with top, bottom with bottom, and I get b over 16 times 2 is 32. Now if I expand these brackets, what I have is 16 x squared plus b over 16 x plus b squared over 32 squared. Now let's redistribute the 16 back into my bracket, and what I get is, I get 16 x squared plus bx plus 16 times b squared divided by 32. So 16 b squared over 32 squared. And if I go back to my original equation, over here I have a 1. And now I have a 16b squared divided by 32 squared. So that also has to be a 1 for the two equations to be equal to each other. So I set them equal to each other, and I write 16b squared over 32 squared equals 1. And now I cross multiply. I get 16b squared equals 32 squared. I square root both sides, so the square root of 16 is 4, square root of b squared is b, and the square root of 32 squared is 32. Now I divide both sides by I divide both sides by 4, and what I get is 32 over 4, which means b equals 8. So now I can go back to my original equation. The original equation was this one here. And I can replace my b by 8. So what I have here is 16 x squared plus 8x plus 1. And now I've just completed the square.